Hey everybody, my name is Eric and welcome to the JoeCast. This is my Power Rangers non-spoiler review that I want to do right here on the channel, and I really enjoyed this film, much more than I thought I was going to enjoy it going in. When I first saw the trailers for this movie, I thought, I didn't know how well it was going to turn out, but surprisingly enough, I found myself enjoying this movie. Now, it is definitely not perfect at all, but some of the things I did enjoy about the film was this has been described as Chronicle meets The Breakfast Club, and the description of that could not be more accurate. It's definitely got a lot of Chronicle in it for sure here. It's very dark. It's especially in about the first hour and a half. This film is the entire retelling of the origin of the Power Rangers. Imagine if you're watching the seasons of the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers TV show. This is basically episode 1, basically stretched out over about a 2-hour time frame. And obviously they've taken a little liberties where they've changed a little bit of the origin here and there, but nothing too major. This is a great throwback to the TV series, and I thought for the most part they held true to the origins of the characters, with the exception of maybe Rita Repulsa a little bit, but it's done in a way that it doesn't really take away from the film at all. A lot of people may be wondering about the report about the LGBT character in this film. It is literally one line of the film. It does not, it doesn't overshadow the movie at all. So everybody who's freaking out about it just needs to calm down, just like with Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast actually brought it more to the forefront than Power Rangers did here. But yeah, the fight choreography in this is really cool. The comedy, actually, I was impressed. I thought, obviously, if you've seen the original TV series back in the early 90s, the TV show was absolutely corny, absolutely cheesy, as all get out, especially like the Bulk and Skull character and Alpha 5. Now, Bulk and Skull are not in this film, which is actually I thought it really helped this film to be much better than what I expected. Because if Bulk and Skull were in it, I just feel like it would just be completely way over the top. But the comedy in this movie did hit between the teenagers, the Rangers themselves. I thought that the chemistry of the actors really made this film work for me. And when they're telling jokes back and forth and cracking ribs at each other, I think it really flows well. Another thing I really loved about this film was Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa. She brings a darkness to it. She dials it up to 11, and she just really owns it. And I think that if they do more of these movies, I think Elizabeth Banks would be perfect to come back as Rita, and I hope they do bring her back. But again, I don't want to go into too many spoilers here, so I won't tell you about what happens to any of the characters or anything like that. But I will say, if you're going to see this film, make sure you stay till the middle of the credits anyway. There is a teaser for a possible sequel to this film, so go ahead and well, it's not really a teaser trailer or anything, but it's like it's an end credits scene, kind of like your Marvel films would do. So definitely stick around for that. And any fans of the Power Rangers TV show will know what they're referencing here, and you'll kind of get an idea where they're going. Some of the things I did not really care for. Again, it felt like it took about an hour and a half or so before you really started to get into some of the heavy action in this movie. There was some action sequences a little earlier on, but we don't get to see the actual Rangers in the suits or anything like that for probably a good hour and a half, and probably the third act of the film is where it really ramps up. Also, I felt like the Rangers in the suits themselves, again, without going into too many spoilers, were not really in the movie that long. It kind of felt like they jumped right from getting into the suits into the Zords and the Megazord and things like that, which again is not a big spoiler. They're on the poster and in the trailer and everything like that. So we really didn't get a whole lot of time to explore them in their like martial arts fighting. There was one little scene. It probably lasted maybe 2 to 3 minutes tops, and that was really well done. I just kind of want to see more of that. But if we get sequels, hopefully we'll get more of that in the future. Other than that, let's see. I don't know of anything else right off the top of my head that really bugged me about it. The Zords I thought looked better than I expected them to look. I was kind of concerned about the designs and things because it's kind of hard to tell, with the exception of maybe the T-Rex and the Pterodactyl. The other ones just kind of look like four-legged robots. It doesn't really differentiate between the saber-toothed tiger, the Triceratops, or the woolly mammoth or anything like that. So it's kind of hard to tell them apart. And the Megazord, it kind of just looked like a big Optimus Prime. There's even a minor spoiler. There's even a Transformers joke in this movie. So they kind of knew what they were going for, and so the design maybe didn't really set well with me at times. And even the suits themselves of the Power Rangers had a lot of Iron Man in them to some degree. But overall, I thought they were very good. I would kind of like to maybe see them and tweak the design a little bit if they do some sequels. And obviously, the filmmakers have already come out and said they'd like to do 5 sequels to this film, 6 in all. And I think this is a good jumping off point for the series. Power Rangers, I mean, like I said, this is the origin story. And if they go into another movie in the second installment, they could just pick up right from there and just go into all the good action and everything like that. So this is a very good start for the franchise, and I really hope to see more in the future here. So yeah, overall this film here is very well done. It's got a lot of good chemistry between the main actors and good action pieces toward the end, and some good comedy beats to kind of help you, be invested in the first half of the film here. So overall, and with a few nitpicks here and there, it's much better than I anticipated it being. So I'm going to give this film a solid 7 out of 10. It's definitely not something I would necessarily recommend you take your kids to, because there's some dark spots in this, and a lot of the film is all about character development and setting up the Rangers themselves and learning their powers and things like that. So I don't know if it would hold a child's attention for the 2-hour time length here, so maybe you would consider, holding off on that unless your kid's old enough to sit through a little bit slower of a film in the first half. So, but a 7 out of 10 is a good spot for it, and I hope to see more of this franchise coming up in the years to come. Well, that'll just about do it for me, everybody. Thank you for watching this video, and if you like what you saw here, please comment and like this video. And you can also subscribe to the JailCast on YouTube by searching for JailCast there. You can also find links in the description of this video for my Facebook and Twitter, or you can go to facebook.com/JailCast, or you can find me on Twitter @EricJail. So until next time, thank you for watching. God bless.